Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, our dear friends and family. Welcome to our episode 15 of our conversation around a table. And this time we have the very beautiful, sweet Sapphire Whisper with us.
Hi.
Hi. So, just to give you a bit of concept here, we have Sweet Sapphire Whisper, who is what generation are you?
Gen Z.
Gen Z. And I, Summer Green, am a Generation Y. So there's a little bit of a difference there, yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I thought we'd maybe go over some of the differences in our generation, okay? So, for example, have you ever heard dial-up internet?
No. No.
What kind of internet have you only experienced?
Just one that connects into the Wi-Fi box. Or like the aerial outside of the house.
So it's more one that you just, on a device, you just pick it up, hit the internet button, and it's there instantly.
Yeah.
Whereas me and my tribe, my generation, used to hear that. I'm going to attempt to make the noise, but I don't think it's going to be very well. It used to go, that's it used to connect, and you used to have to wait for it to connect. Okay, so let's go over the communication styles as well. So when I looked at this, it said that apparently Gen Z prefer visual communication, video first platforms such as TikTok and Instagram, and instant messaging. Whereas my generation, we prefer email and text messages, and we value structured digital communication. And I think that was because for us Gen Ys, we were being introduced to technology, whereas you haven't known a life without technology.
Yeah.
What else could we hit on? Let's have a look at consumer habits. Okay, so where would you, so it says here, value, that your generation value mobile first experiences.
What does that mean?
I don't know, actually. Personalization, so that would be like to personalize something that you own.
Yeah.
And peer-to-peer recommendations, so that's like recommendations amongst your friends and yourself.
Yeah.
Would you think that, would you say that that's quite accurate?
Yeah, to be fair.
And for me, we're known for brand loyalty, so we'll always choose like the same brands over and over, and highly value user reviews and digital convenience. Yeah, I do like digital convenience. As soon as you know me quite well, don't you, Sweet Sapphire Whisper? And my shopping habits are very different to yours.
Yes, very, very different. I just absolutely love shopping, and you can't do it for like the max of maybe like 10 minutes.
I am not a shopper.
No.
I am a digital shopper, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm like
always Amazon.
or
eBay.
That switched. Actually, there's the what's the newer one as well? I can't remember. It's got an orange logo. Anyway, yeah. So I also thought we would start off with some very gentle, fun would you rather questions to ease you into this.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Would you rather live without TikTok or Snapchat for a year? Oh, the face of concentration on her. She's not looking at my question.
Say it again.
Would you rather live without TikTok or Snapchat for a year?
What if I have Snapchat for a year? Can I have TikTok?
No. Which one, if you could only have one for 1 year, which one?
Probably TikTok. Probably TikTok. Because I feel like you can do the same on TikTok than you can Snapchat.
Right, okay.
Because you can still message on TikTok and stuff like that. And like I've come off Snapchat for like a little bit and then come back on it, so I feel like I can live without Snapchat.
Oh wow, well done. Would you rather live in a world without music or live in a world without movies?
Well, movies.
So you saying that music's pretty important to you?
Yeah.
That one was pretty easy for
Yeah.
you. Okay. Would you rather have to sing everything you say or dance every time you walk?
Sing.
I
think I'd rather
Well, can you
sing.
get? Excuse me.
What?
Give me your response in a sing.
I would sing.
Well done. So those are some nice gentle icebreakers. Yeah, you feel like you're into the movement of it. We are just having a conversation around the table. Okay, so here you have Sweet, Sapphire, Whisper and Summer Green with this week's instalment of Conversation Around the Table. So I do have some questions that are more faith-based. Okay, so I wondered if a friend was to ask you to explain your faith in just 3 words, just 3, how would you explain it?
What? Or like describe it or explain it. I think describing it would probably be balanced.
Oh.
What else? Balanced.
Okay, so whilst you're still thinking, why would you use the word balanced?
So what I mean by like the word balance, I mean like I will have time with my Bible, in prayer, worship and stuff like that. But then I also still have a life outside of it. Like I still have Jesus as part of my daily life and will forever. But I also do.
That doesn't stop you
living my life, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So we've used the word balanced.
I think openly talked about.
Okay, that's good.
Which obviously, like, friends will ask me and stuff like that.
And do you feel like you have the confidence to talk about your faith with your friends?
Yeah, definitely. My friends are very, very understanding and they understand that it means a lot to me. Which I think is one of the main things about your faith, is being able to openly talk about it.
Yeah.
What else? And I think probably shared.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Can you put that into a context for us?
So, like, I will openly share my faith, and I will try and share it with others.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. And how do you find that is received by the people that you are talking about faith to?
I think it goes very, very well, and people are very, very open to the idea of it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next question to you is, Jesus always taught love in the Bible. Okay. But some would argue that anger and hate are a natural part of life. Okay. As a young Christian, how do you navigate that?
Pray.
Really? That's good. That's good to know.
Do you know what I mean? Like it says in the Bible, like if somebody went to go slap you in the face, you turn the other cheek so they can slap you there as well. Do you know what I mean? And we're taught to pray for our enemies, not to hate them. So
yeah,
I think that's really important as well. Yeah.
Do you think it would be fair to say that some Christians harbour that hate or anger, like they hold on to it?
I think a lot of Christians do. And obviously, like you said, like it's a natural part of life.
Yeah.
But it's when you find yourselves in those moments, that's where you need to turn and you need to think and kind of like put yourself in their shoes a little bit and be like,
yeah,
well, if I did that, how, say if it was a situation that had happened that would make like you now dislike them for, try and put yourselves in their shoes and see what you would have done in that situation, and maybe try and have that conversation with that individual so then you can get under a bit more of a mutual agreement, and pray for them.
That's amazing. And I think with you like mentioning some bits there, I think it's very easy to listen to the world around us and let that influence us. And like sometimes you can hear a rumor of something, and it would be so easy to hear that rumor and then think a certain way about that person. Would you say that your generation or a generation that tends to listen to conversations about people?
Yes. Oh, like 110%.
Okay. How would you combat that?
Like, I will either try and shift the conversation.
Okay.
Or just be a bit like, well, you're not in their shoes, you can't, don't judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely.
And I think, so a lot of my generation do tend to gossip. That is the word for it.
Yeah.
Is gossip. And we're also taught that gossiping is a sin as well. So it's trying to step out of that mentality of everybody around you talking for say about an individual.
Yeah.
And I'd definitely just try and move away from the conversation.
Yeah.
Or just be a bit like, well, who are we to judge?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. The only person who was perfect was Jesus. And even they you know, why seek validation from a world when the same world crucified the perfect man?
Oh wow, that's amazing. That is some home truth there. Well done. Just when you were saying that as well, I remember reading that one of under the category of workplace values, Gen Z like yourself value mental health support, remote work and personal growth as well. And I've really felt that actually when you were just discussing your points there, and I was just like, you know, it's all about that personal growth and your mental well-being. And I feel from knowing you as an individual person, you are very mental health orientated. You know how to communicate openly and honestly around the topic of mental health, whereas people in my generation, it was a lot more hush hush, so to say.
Yeah, try and tuck it under the rug a little bit.
Yeah, almost like being aware that it was there, but not knowing how to discuss it and how to address it.
Yeah.
I feel like in my journey of life, I have become so aware of mental health, especially with some of the life experiences I've maybe gone through as well. So just with hearing you then, it just popped out, and I just wanted to pop that into the conversation there. Do you feel like you can talk about mental health with your peers?
Yeah. I know a lot of people who have struggled with mental health, self-harm.
Yeah.
And I feel like me and those people can oftenly talk about the way that they are feeling, and you know how to, like, I don't want to say overcome, but
yeah, because that would imply that you're kind of getting over something, whereas mental health is a ongoing daily battle.
Yeah. I wouldn't say overcome. I would more say try and help navigate.
Yes, that's great.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there was this thing I saw, and it was like, I'll have to try and find it after this, but it was something, and it was like obviously about like negative thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's like when you have that thought and stuff like that, like if it's something negative, it's not going to be from God.
Well done. Yeah, that's great.
And if it's something negative, something positive, then it most likely is going to be God. God created you in the perfect image. So God then wouldn't tear you down for, say, if you're insecure about something, about yourself, your body, your face. God made you in the perfect image, so he wouldn't then try and tear you down with what he's given you, if that makes sense.
That's amazing. There's so much wisdom. There's so much wisdom in that head of yours, and I'm so thankful that you've been open to having this conversation with me. I'd like to think that this will maybe hit some viewers in a way that they've not heard one of our conversations around a table before. I think,
and just share that positivity.
Absolutely. So do you have a Bible verse that maybe sees you through your dark moments? Or a range of Bible verses?
Isaiah 41:10, and there's a lot of different, like, lots of different types of
translations.
That's the word. I couldn't think of
I didn't want to overspeak you then. I was trying to give you a bit of
but it was do not fear, for I am God, and I will hold you up with my victorious hand.
Yeah.
Which just shows, like, when he says, it either says victorious or righteous, but it means a state of uplifting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so when you're sat, like, in, like, a pit, just feeling absolutely sorry for yourself, and when
which is okay. Sometimes it's okay.
What matters is that we don't stay in that pit. But when I hear that verse, when I'm like, you know, I'm just not.
This is where 100%. I am now, but I know that he will lift me up.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's like, I will lift you with my victorious or righteous hand, and it's about lifting you up out of a situation.
Yeah. And sometimes, do you think sometimes that happens instantly, or do you think?
No, it definitely, it will definitely take a lot of time. It'll definitely take a lot of time to try and get the gist of it.
Yeah.
But it's about, like, standing firm in that mentality that you're gonna, in those kind of situations, turn to the Bible, or even some prayer, worship, just something that will uplift you a little bit more.
Oh yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent. I think you've covered some really good basis there. Would you say that your generation is the type of generation that would reach out to friends if you are in that dark pit? How do you manage faith in those dark moments?
Sorry.
It's okay. Shall we move on?
No, it's all right. It's just a bit, very much of a touchy subject, but I think a lot of our generation struggle to reach out with mental health problems. I think a lot of them do, whether they want to admit it or not.
Yeah.
And they just, I think a lot of people are scared of being judged and, made fun of, or being told that they're looking for attention.
If only it was that simple,
yeah.
Right?
But I think a lot of our generation does struggle with reaching out for help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that leads us quite naturally on to my next question. Mm-hmm. So would you say that your presence on social media is the same presence that you have around church and with your family?
Yeah. I would definitely say, yeah.
So you're not two different people?
No.
Just because obviously, there is this thing of peer pressure, isn't there?
Yeah.
And almost behaving and conforming in a certain way. Mm-hmm. So do Do you share your faith on social media?
Yeah. I would definitely say yeah. It's a lot. Sorry.
It's okay.
I feel like a lot of people on social media don't really accept what Christians post or repost on social media. A lot of them are very degrading and very
Almost skeptical.
yes. And they just don't want to hear what Christians have to say.
Yeah.
Which is I don't want to say it's okay because it's not okay, but like
well, we have to respect that where that person is in their personal
journey as well. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of Christians do get silenced a lot on social media.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think it's another challenging thing, isn't it? Because social media is quite a in thing to be on or in, whatever the right word is there. Yeah, it's another difficult one, isn't it? Because do you feel, because there's obviously that element of, and I've done it as well, of what is called doom scrolling, where you get into the habit of watching stuff that maybe isn't so positive for you, but then sometimes it depends in my opinion, I would like to think it depends what you are doom scrolling on. There is a lot of negative things, but I think equally there can be just as many positive things. It's what you are choosing to spend your time on.
And I think it's very important to reset your social media every now and again, because
what do you mean?
So say for example on TikTok you can actually refresh your entire feed.
Oh, right. So I'm learning something new. That's a Gen Z for you. Oh no, Gen Y.
Yeah, you're Gen Y. I'm Gen Z.
You're Gen Z. That's old age.
But I think it's really important to refresh your social media because, like you've just said, you learn something new every day. And like with me, I tend to refresh it a lot, and that is to kind of not spend as much time on the negative stuff. So when like a lot of negative stuff starts to come up on my feed, I start to refresh it because I'm like, that's not from God. It's not positive. It's not from God.
And it's making that conscious decision that actually, if I carry on watching this kind of stuff,
I'm going to get in that mentality.
Yeah, it's going to send me on a downward spiral. So that's really good. That's really, really good. I love that you could do that. I never knew you could do that. So can you do that on other social medias?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Okay.
I'd imagine so. Like, I'm not too sure about like Facebook and I don't think you can do it on Snapchat.
Yeah.
But the others, yes.
Yeah.
You can refresh it, which is, I think, it really, really does help. And I'm not just talking about, pressing the TikTok button and it loading a bunch of new videos. I'm talking about going to your settings, go into your activity center, and it's like refresh.
Okay.
And it does it for you, basically.
Oh, brilliant. That's hopefully that will help some people in future.
Yeah.
Also, can we just touch on, whilst it says like that your generation is one for using instant messaging and stuff like that, I am one of these people. I am very aware, I don't know whether you are, I'm very aware that when you sat having a conversation with somebody face to face, or even if you're on the phone and you can hear the other person's voice, you can hear how they're having the conversation, but you can't hear how somebody is meaning something in a message sometimes. And has that led to any complications?
Not really. I feel like I'm very, very transparent with my messages, to be fair, and very open communication in my messages. But yeah, I understand what you're saying, because like sometimes you can't hear a tone on a message that you would probably hear on a phone call.
Yeah. So like, let's just say if I was to message a friend saying, I've made this today, and they responded with, love it. I'd be like, do you mean that in you approve? You like the idea that I've done that? Are you being sarcastic in that moment? You don't know how they actually mean it.
Yeah. I actually do have that problem quite a lot with you unfortunately, with our messages, because I feel like with our messages we're just back and forth, that sometimes when you respond with like one word, I'm like, oh, she hates me. And honestly,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, note taken. Make sure you have more than one word sent to Sweet Sapphire Whisper in the messages to her.
And the X's as well. When you don't put any X's, I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, because like, and again,
and like,
this whole,
when you're rushing and like the X's, and you're like,
and the whole X's thing as well is like, sometimes it's, you've got to be so careful when you use them, because they can come so naturally, and like, again, people will have a different interpretation of what they actually mean.
A reading, yeah, and what they're typing.
So yeah. Yeah. So let's have a fun moment in this, yeah. Right, so what does TTFN mean?
TT what?
TTFN. If somebody was to message you TTFN, would you know what that means? Or BBFN?
BBFN.
Yeah. Bye for now.
No, I've never heard that one. But I do use like little things like when I say please, I'll be like PLS.
And one of your favourite sayings, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that, how do you, I K M, and I'm like, if I hear that one more time, if you know what I mean, like.
I'm really bad for because as well. I can just
because.
Do you know what? Sometimes I just don't want to spell out the whole word, so I just put B and a C.
Yeah. Hope the person receiving that knows what it means.
And they tend to do.
Do they?
I'm trying to think of what else we do like that. I think, I don't know. I'm sure we'll.
Are you a generation that tends to message more or pick up the phone to make a phone call more?
Message. I definitely say if it was urgent, then it'd be a phone call. But if it was not as urgent, it would be a
message. Nice. My next question to you: what is the hardest part about being a Christian in your generation?
The judging. I would definitely say, because like I've experienced it myself, where some Christians are just not nice people, unfortunately, and I feel like those kind of people have set the boundary for what Christianity looks like in Gen Z.
Okay.
So I do feel like I think it's more or less being judged, because a lot of people, when they've met certain Christians, they're just not nice people. That kind of sets an expectation for all the rest of us, like,
I have to behave this way. Or
yeah.
So yeah, okay. So you feel like judgment is used quite a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
What would you think would help ease that or mitigate that? And the word mitigate means to make that much smaller, become less of an issue.
If people weren't so mean, it would be a start. I don't know.
No. So if there was one thing, okay, let's flip this to me.
Conversation, yeah.
Let's flip this to me. So If there was one thing about my Christian attitude that you could change, what do you think it would be?
How much you talked. No, I'm joking.
Ouch. And that's why I'm the host, everyone. Hello. How much I talk? Hang on, wait a minute. You're little Miss Chatterbox. That's your game in it. That's what you should be known as. Oh, Little Miss, I like to have conversations at 11 o'clock at night.
I am quite bad for that. I will just go on a spiral of just talking to people until the person actually, I've done it so many times where I've been with friends and I've been having a conversation with my friend at like 11 o'clock at night and then like I finish my sentence and I'm like, do you get me? And they just don't respond, they're already asleep. And I'm like, oh.
But so if there was one thing about my Christianity,
I don't think I would change anything, to be honest.
No?
No.
I feel like maybe I am one of these ones that maybe says, are you reading your Bible? A bit too often.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's other ways that you can do it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. It's so important that we do open the Bible, but it's not limited to that either. And I think that's when the generation differences come in, because there are other ways that you can do it. I mean, there's like workbooks, there is like reading books that you can do, there is like joining like a cohort of friends and having
like colouring books with like Bible verses in as well.
I quite liked when we purposely set some time aside to have what we were calling Bible studies, and where we were looking at taking it in turns to look at a passage that we wanted to explore together.
Yeah.
And you know, that is still open in your Bible, but you're
going more into depth with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're having fun with it. You're not, because I feel like a lot of people do just struggle to read their Bible when they're just sat there.
Yeah.
So being a bit more like hands-on with it, I think is really, really good, because I feel like it gets you more in depth with it.
Yeah. So I wanted to also ask you what your favourite translation of the Bible was.
Probably NLT.
Yeah, New Living.
I don't know. I just feel like it's, well, it says it in the title, and like New Living, I feel like it makes more sense to my generation, if that makes sense. Whereas some words and the way the sentences are put together in different,
more traditional styles, like New King James and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not too long ago, you introduced me to a different type of Bible, and I didn't even realize that this actually existed. But you can get Bibles that are also
connected in from that app, the Filament Bibles.
Yes. Can you explain what that is?
So basically, if you search up a Filament Bible, it will come up with a Bible, and say if you order it and stuff like that, in it there will be like sort of like a QR code kind of thing, and you can like scan it with your phone and it takes you to the Filament app. And then when you download it and stuff like that, there's like little bits. So on, say, like on one of the pages on the Bible, and how it has like what number page you are on, you can scan that.
Yeah.
And then it will take you onto there through the Filament app. And it will basically, it can give you a more in-depth part of what you're reading. It can show you videos. It can read it out to you. Yeah.
And it prompts when you taught me about this, and I was looking at it, I was just like, how come I've never known about this before?
Because you actually had a Filament Bible,
and I didn't even realise,
not knowing what the Filament
what
the app was as well. And I remember, because I got one as well, and I remember I came home and
because you do have more than one Bible.
I have about 7. And I remember I came back with this Bible and I started telling you about it and you were like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you can do this. And you were like, I never knew that. And then that's when we discovered you had the filament Bible as well. And I like showed you and you were like,
because
I've never known about this.
Yeah, because it's so good in the aspect of you can be reading a page. Now, some people, when they read the Bible, they don't, I mean, I kind of want to ask you, but I don't know if I should. Have you ever read the Bible back, front to back, all the way through?
No, I have not.
Okay, I have. But some people, when they are opening the Bible, they don't read it like as in a book of the Bible. Like if we look at the four Gospels, you've got Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Whereas some people might be more drawn to a verse or a chapter within that book. And sometimes if you've been at church and there's been that prompting to look over a certain chapter, that will be when somebody opens the Bible, and sometimes you don't know the backstory that's led you to that moment. And the filament Bible is so good at almost like paraphrasing you in a few sentences,
because it can give you like prayers on stuff on it as well. Like obviously when you go onto it, it's got like different things that you can do with it. So yeah, it can read it out to you, it can show you videos, it can give you like prayers on it,
and even worship songs that relate to that section. It's a really good tool. It is a really, really good tool.
Yeah.
How do you feel this conversation around the table has gone?
I feel like it's gone very well, actually.
Yeah? Not as scary as you thought?
No, not as scary as I thought it would be.
Yeah. So would you be interested in joining me on another one?
Yeah, maybe.
I had a sneaky thought earlier. I was maybe thinking of handing over the reins to you for an episode.
Maybe. Pushing it now. Maybe.
Would you not like to put me in the hot seat?
Maybe.
Think of the fun you could have with that.
I know, it would be quite fun.
Okay, but thank you very much for joining me today, Sweet Sapphire Whisper. And that is your episode 15 of Conversation Around the Table. Remember, share these videos with people that you feel would benefit from hearing them. This episode has been amazing. It's been very open. It's been very fun. Make sure you're sharing it, reaching out to other people as well. But for now, stay strong, keep smiling, and know that you are loved.